With the way things are going, it seems as though Edochie has finally won the battle of the children or the divorce process with Yul Edochie. We all know Yul has been avoiding the divorce because he knows the gravity of things. He is going to lose out even his children. At the initial stage, Yul thought that Edochie, his wife, would not apply for divorce because she could not, or she would not watch herself lose her kids to Yul Edochie. Now, the question of today is, who is going to take custody of the children after divorce happens? My people, this is another issue we need to critically look into, because we know that after the death of Kambili, where Edochie would have recovered and the funeral have been done immediately, Edochie would surely go in for divorce. Now, this is good news coming from Edochie's lawyer, and this is going to be a very sweet one for her, because this has been one of the limiting factors. Edochie has not forged in for a divorce ever since the outbreak of Yul Edochie and judyaustin's affair. But this one is really good. So I'm going to give you all the full gist and detail. But before then, let me welcome you all back to my channel at Gist Central, where we give you all the gist and updates about the entertainment industry. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe by clicking on that subscription button in front of you. And also, don't forget to also like our videos. Come under the comment section and comment. Let me know your own views and opinion concerning the particular news. So let me forge on ahead to the main gist we have at hand on the particular case of who is going to be in custody of the children after the divorce between Edochie and Yul Edochie. Now, the main reason why Edochie have not filed in for a divorce is because of she has been limited, or she has been thinking of some certain things. Now, who gets custody of the children? Before the death of Kambili, Yul had more parental rights to claim May's children. Now that Yul has a cloud over him that might be responsible for Kambili's death at the compound, serial killers on the loose, not working, losing endorsement, and he also does not have a safe home to raise the children. Now, this is another limiting factor. But before now, Yul Edochie had more parental rights to these children, because according to Nigerian Matrimonial Act, the man has more rights to the children after divorce than the woman. That is what has been giving Yul Edochie the leverage. That is why when beautiful Queen May calls him for divorce, Yul Edochie would not accept, and he would also threaten May that she would not go in for a divorce because she knows that she is going to be the one to lose out on the matter of divorce with the children, because Edochie would not want to lose her children to Yul Edochie, because she knows that it is really going to affect them. Now, during separation or divorce, the most heated argument between the couple is always who is going to take custody of the children or the child. And if the marriage has been blessed with children, after this comes the argument of who is going to share and splitting of the property, who is going to take what. The courts take custody of the children seriously and treat it with almost care and priority, because this is what determines the future of the children. One, and if the judge grants the physical custody of a child to a parent, it means that the parent has the right to have the child live with him or her for the amount of time determined by the judge. Now, in Nigeria, most cases of divorce, the children normally goes to the father. Yes, according to customary law in Nigeria, divorce favors the man in favor of his children over the custody case. Now, this has been one issue with Edochie, and that's the reason why she has been shaky about the whole issue. Now, the law of most countries clearly states that the rule about custody in a children, but in Nigeria the decision is guided by the Matrimonial Cause Act, and the primary consideration is the interest and welfare of the children. Now there are so many factors the court has to consider, or the judge will consider, in order for him to give the ownership of the child or children. And in most cases of custody, or we observe that the custody was awarded to many men, to most men in all cases, even when the divorce petition was on the grounds of lack of proper care by the man for the children. Now this is what Edochie has been really avoiding all this while, because one, she knows that Edochie has a leverage to own or have custody of the children even after the divorce. That is why she has not been taking the whole divorce matter so seriously. So instead, she decided to make it on a low, and also wait until Edochie would agree to her own terms, because one of the conditions Edochie gave to Edochie was that she was going to take custody of the child and would allow him visit once in a while anytime he feels comfortable with it. But Edochie has now disannulled to this fact, because he knows the benefit he is going to get if the children are with him. That means him not losing 75% of his property to Edochie. But now it seems as though tables have now turned, because there are some grounds in which the court look at, or factors the court considers before they grant the ownership of a child to a parent. Now, in giving a child, or the custody of out of giving a child, there are two types. It is either a joint custody or a sole custody. A joint custody, in the sense that children, or the joint custody, may be joint legal custody. That is, both parents have joint legal custody of the child. Legal custody of a child simply means having the legal right to make decision about a child's well-being and upbringing. Joint custody may also be joint physical custody. That is, the child spend some amount of time with each parent at different schedules and times. Finally, the joint custody may be also joint of physical custody. It should, however, be noted that a parent may have legal custody of a child and not have physical custody of a child, and also vice versa. In this joint custody, it means that the Edochie's children will the court will grant a specific amount of time, or the period of time the children are going to stay with both parents, but at different schedules. Now that is what it means by joint custody. Whereas the sole custody, it means that just a parent have the custody of a child. That is just the parent. In this case, it is either going to be Edochie having full custody of the child, or Edochie having full custody of the children. Now, there are some critical factors the judge looks into or puts into consideration before he grants the custody of a child, because the children's interests are of their, or are the children's well-being are of the best interest of the court. Now, the court considered if there is any confirmed evidence of domestic violence, domestic abuse, or neglect or negligence by either parents of the child, and this will definitely not going to grant custody of a child to a parent who is negligent, violent, and abusive. Now that is one fault from Edochie, because from reports you are now gathering that Edochie was in one way or the other abusive and violent to Edochie. Now, the court is also going to weigh each parent's ability to provide for the child's physical needs, emotional well-being, and medical care. The court will not grant physical custody to a parent who is incapable of financial and physical catering of the needs of the child. Now, this is Edochie's second default. We all know Edochie has lost most of his money, and also Edochie is not doing so well for himself, because the court have confiscated most of his properties, and also Edochie has lost so many money through endorsement deals, through ambassadorial signings, through even movie he acts, Edochie hardly acts movie, and the ones he acts now, Edochie is just made caricature or fun of, instead of him making more money from it. Now that is another second default Edochie has. And also the third factor the court looks into is that the court will also check the psychological effect the custody will have on the children. The court will ask themselves if the child is okay where he or she is currently, or if the child doesn't mind a change in physical environment or custody. And now this is Edochie has been planning this thing all along. That is why Edochie was trying to build a bond with the children. But even if the children would choose Edochie over the mother, now there are also evidence the Edochie's lawyer is going to present to the court, which is the fact that Kambili's death was related to the relationship Edochie had with judyaustin, and that is going to make Edochie lose out on having custody of the children. Now the court is also going to check on the wishes of the child or the children, because the court will ask the child whether he or she would like to stay or would not like to stay with the parents that the court have decided to give them into. Now, Beautiful Queen May is also in full, or will also have her own in this particular issue, because she spends more time with the children, and also Zane, it's mommy's boy like the claim, and would want to stay with the father. Now the court is going to also consider the living condition and accommodation of each parent's home. Now May Edochie has the whole Lagos mansion to herself, because with the way matters are going, everything is going to be on flick for her. So guys, these are all the gist, and many more are the list of conditions the court are going to request in granting out the custody of the child. So what do you think? Come down to the comment section. Let me know your own views and observation concerning the particular news about the custody of the child. Thank you, and God bless you. Have a nice day.